Greetings and salutations, casties. This episode of the GenXcellence Podcast is entitled Tailored Rebellion, a Gen X Look at Dandyism. From the streets of Harlem to the stages of Compton, the hip-hop culture of the 80s and 90s was more than just a musical revolution. It was a defining fashion statement, a bold declaration of power, resistance, and Black elegance. Today, we delve into the topic from the enslaved to the global fashion trendsetters, hip-hop streetwear, the sneaker culture, the modern bling with the origin of Egyptian gold adornment, the flamboyant nail art, all the epitome of Black Dandyism. To truly grasp the essence of Black Dandyism in hip-hop, we must journey back to the Harlem Renaissance. The Black Dandy, a man of color in extravagant, elegant attire, embodied defiance and self-expression. Sharp suits and bold colors weren't merely fashion, they were cries of resistance. In the 80s, the shorties rocked gold, all day, door-knocker earrings, name rings, gold bracelets, and fly gold chains. Jordache, Sergio Valente, Gloria Vanderbilt, Perry Ellis, and Calvin Klein jeans, just to name a few, were the top fashion designers of the time. That meant everybody had to have a pair in their rotation. The b-boys and fly guys wore fat laces, Lotto sneakers, Stan Smith, patent leather Adidas, LS and Converse All-Stars on and off the court. As hip-hop burst onto the scene in the 80s, artists like Grandmaster Flash and Run DMC carried the torch of style with gold chains, Adidas tracksuits, and the ever-iconic shell-top Adidas, while also embracing the crowns as the kings of rock, slaying all sucker MCs. They also rocked the mic in their signature fedora or Kango hats, tailored suits, or custom black leather jackets. The movement accelerated in the 90s with moguls like Puff Daddy and the late Biggie Smalls, aka Christopher Wallace, who wore luxury and was the first to call it flossin'. Let's focus on the heart of Harlem, where culture, style, and rebellion converged. One man redefined what it meant to be a dandy. His name is Daniel Day, but the world knows him as Dapper Dan. Born in Harlem in 1944, Daniel Day grew up during a time of cultural transformation. By the early 80s, Harlem was brimming with creative expression, and Dapper Dan found his canvas in fashion. Without formal training, he built his empire from a tiny shop on 125th Street, pioneering a style that fused luxury logos with urban swagger. His boutique, open 24 hours a day, became the epicenter of Harlem fashion. Hip-hop royalty, boxers, and hustlers all came through his doors, not just for clothes, but for statements. Dapper Dan didn't just make outfits, he created gear for the streets. Dapper Dan created custom pieces for an elite roster of hip-hop legends, athletes, and cultural icons throughout the 1980s and beyond. His signature style was bold, luxurious, and unapologetically street, blending high-end fashion logos with Harlem swagger. Here's a breakdown of some of his most notable clients. Hip-hop legends Eric B. and Rakim. Their iconic album cover, Paid in Full, featured custom Dapper Dan jackets covered in Gucci and Louis Vuitton logos. This album cover is often credited with launching Dapper Dan's designs into the mainstream. LL Cool J regularly wore custom Dapper Dan pieces, including leather jackets and bucket hats adorned with luxury monograms. Salt and Peppa, the iconic female rap group, rocked Dapper Dan's custom logo-heavy jackets and oversized coats. Big Daddy Kane, known for wearing lavish leather outfits with custom prints, crafted by Dapper Dan. The Fat Boys frequently wore his eye-catching designs in music videos and performances. What about those athletes? Floyd Mayweather Jr. embraced Dapper Dan's style, often seen in custom jackets and tracksuits. Darryl Strawberry, the Major League Baseball star, was also part of Dapper Dan's clientele. Mike Tyson famously wore a Dapper Dan jacket during the infamous street fight in Harlem, which ultimately led to a high-profile lawsuit from Fendi due to the unauthorized use of its logo. Unfortunately, at this time, the tables would turn for the Harlem designer. Some would say innovation often disrupts the establishment. After a string of lawsuits from fashion giants like Louis Vuitton, Fendi, and Gucci, Dapper Dan's boutique was forced to close. Yet, his influence only grew. His designs lived on through the culture, immortalized in music videos and street style. When Gucci paid homage, some would say copied, his 1989 design, it sparked global conversation. But it also sparked something else, a partnership. In 2018, Dapper Dan opened his atelier in Harlem, this time with Gucci by his side. In recent years, after his Gucci partnership, Dapper Dan expanded his clientele to include the Queen of the Beehive, none other than Beyoncé, who wore custom pieces inspired by his signature looks. Jay-Z, seen in vintage Dapper Dan-inspired jackets. A$AP Ferg and A$AP Rocky both paid homage to Harlem's fashion king by rocking his designs in music videos and performances. This year, at the 2025 Met Gala, themed Dandyism Reborn, Dapper Dan stood as a living testament to his legacy. Once shunned by luxury fashion, he now embodies its reinvention. Harlem's tailor, hip-hop's couturier, the dandy of Harlem, forever immortalized. Two of the most vibrant expressions of modern Black Dandyism emerged through Erykah Badu and Andre 3000. Badu's eclectic style, flowing fabrics, towering head wraps, and bold jewelry was a perfect blend of Afrocentric pride and bohemian flair. Her fashion choices spoke of resistance and self-expression, weaving cultural roots into avant-garde statements. Andre 3000, on the other hand, took hip-hop fashion to surreal levels. His style ranged from sharp, tailored suits to futuristic, almost theatrical designs. At the 2025 Met Gala, Andre 3000 didn't come to play. Well, maybe he did. His fashion sense and creative genius hit all the right keys as he stunned the world by wearing a piano-shaped accessory on his back, a metaphorical symbol of being an outcast in the streets and orchestral in the sheets. His dandyism wasn't just about fashion, it was art in motion. Let's put the spotlight on Janelle Monáe when she steps onto any red carpet. This year, notably blue, she transforms it into a stage, an exhibition of boldness, grace, and unapologetic self-expression. At the 2025 Met Gala, she redefined modern elegance with a look that transcended fashion and entered the realm of pure artistry. In a world where fashion is a statement, Janelle Monáe has mastered the art of storytelling. Her canvas, the red carpet. At the 2025 Met Gala, Monáe arrived not just in style, but in spectacle. Her ensemble was more than clothing. It was a narrative, a deconstruction of form, function, and identity. Monáe gracefully ascended the steps of the Met Gala, wrapped in a Thom Browne two-piece look, an oversized overcoat that defies convention. The coat is surreal, its design an optical illusion with a trompe-l'oeil lapel and briefcase that seem to float upon the fabric. Vertical white stripes extend from shoulder to floor, distorting perspective as she moves. But Monáe is stranger to metamorphosis. As her overcoat was lifted away, it unveiled a daring reimagining of the classic sport coat. One half, crafted from crimson wool crepe with white accents, spoke of tradition and elegance. The other half, black and white pinstripes, whispered of rebellion and deconstruction. It was a sartorial manifesto, the dismantling of form to reveal something profoundly new. Who was it that stole the show? None other than the iconic Diana Ross. For decades, she has reigned as the true diva of style and elegance. Diana Ross made a triumphant return to the Met Gala on May 5, 2025, marking her first appearance at the event since 2003. Let us fast forward from the 1975 role she played as fashion designer Tracy Chambers in the unforgettable movie classic Mahogany, Fueled with determination, the need for self-expression, and precise execution, Tracy ate the runway even before Project Runway became a thing. At the golden age of 81 years old, Diana captivated attendees and paparazzi with an elaborate white crystal-embellished gown that she, her son Evan, and Nigerian designer Ugo Mosey designed. The train featured an 18-foot feathered shawl embroidered with the names of her children and grandchildren. This appearance marked Ross's fifth time attending the Met Gala, her first being in 1978 alongside designer Halston. Diana Ross is the embodiment of timeless glamour and grace, standing as proof that resilience and opulent flair can transcend generations. It is never a small thing when you are bestowed the honorable presence of Regé-Jean Page, known for his magnetic role as Simon Bassett in Bridgerton. One of the most remarkable aspects of Bridgerton is its reimagining of the Regency era with a diverse and inclusive lens. This creative choice has not only influenced the series, but has also inspired Regency-era tea parties and themed events to incorporate elements of African culture, celebrating the richness and beauty of the diaspora within historically European settings. Imaginary trumpets announced the regal elegance Regé-Jean brought to the Met Gala, donning a striking scarlet Brioni ensemble with jeweled accents. His suit, perfectly tailored and accented with intricate embroidery and a double-breasted overcoat, was a masterclass in modern dandyism. The bold red choice symbolized power and confidence, blending British sophistication with unapologetic flair, a nod to both his roots and his rising star. Although he was not in attendance at the gala this year, Michael B. Jordan is a boiling hot topic as he portrayed twin brothers, Smoke and Stack, in Ryan Coogler's 2025 film Sinners. The contrasting styles serve as a visual narrative of Black Dandyism set against the backdrop of 1930s Mississippi. The film's setting in Clarksdale, Mississippi, a region steeped in blues heritage and African American folklore, provides a rich cultural context for exploring themes of identity, resistance, and self-expression. Stack's attire is a meticulous homage to the elegance of early 20th century. His wardrobe features custom-tailored suits with a 1920s cut, complete with slanted pockets, collar bars, tie bars, and cufflinks. A standout piece is his burgundy fedora, carefully selected to complement his ensemble, signifying his attention to detail and desire to project sophistication. These fashion choices reflect Stack's aspiration to assert dignity and individuality in a society marked by racial oppression. In contrast, Smoke's style leans towards practicality infused with subtle flair. His signature look includes a bloodied, sweat-soaked ribbed tank top designed in collaboration with Runabout Goods, emphasizing his rugged persona. This choice of attire underscores his resilience and readiness to confront the supernatural challenges that arise in the film. Set in the Mississippi Delta, Sinners delves into the region's complex history, where juke joints served as sanctuaries for African Americans during the segregation era. These establishments were not only venues for music and dance, but also spaces for community gathering and cultural expression. It's no surprise that Hollywood royalty costume designer Ruth E. Carter was responsible for the earthy and soft Southern-styled wardrobe in this film. Ruth E. Carter, the legendary costume designer and the first Black woman to win an Oscar for costume design, has been instrumental in redefining Black dandyism on screen. Ruth E. Carter, born on April 10, 1960, in Springfield, Massachusetts, is a groundbreaking American costume designer whose work has redefined Black identity and elegance on screen. With a career spanning over 4 decades, Carter's designs are not only cinematic masterpieces, but also cultural statements that resonate deeply with the principles of dandyism. Her work goes beyond mere fashion, It's a visual declaration pride deeply rooted in Black culture and history. Bold fabrics and patterns, Carter often uses vibrant colors, paisleys, and pinstripes to elevate her characters. Tailoring and fit. Just like Dapper Dan, Carter is meticulous about fit. Her designs hug the body with precision, symbolizing control and self-determination. She understands that true dandyism is not just in the clothing, but in how it's worn. Afrofuturism meets dandyism. In Black Panther, Carter took dandyism into the future, blending traditional African garments with sleek, modern silhouettes. Characters like T'Challa and Eric Killmonger wore regal, tailored suits infused with African-inspired designs, reimagining what it means to be both powerful and stylish. Teyana Taylor did not hesitate to boast of her love of fashion and design, as she gave kudos to Ruth E. Carter for the collaboration that went into the creation of the magnificent crimson ensemble she flaunted. From the red feathered cap, worn with a matching scarf, down to the intricately designed platform shoes that jokingly snuggled her big toe. Black Dandyism, more than sartorial flair, is a narrative of redefining identity. From the icons of the past to today's trailblazers, it stands as a timeless emblem of style and resistance. It's always a joy to take in what the world has to offer and reflect on it with you. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to comment, share, and keep the conversation going. Thank you for listening to my experience. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with friends. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and stay GenXcellent. Toodles.